Good morning, Mr. Michael.
Good morning, viewers.
This is Nigeria News Center. Let us look at the statement that came from Adebayo and talking about the Afenifere leader advising the president, Adebayo Tinubu, not to go for second term. According to him, he said the Tinubu's government is not favoring the North as such that the North will not support him for a second term. Apart from that, he's advising Tinubu that he should write his name in gold by giving us a brand new constitution. How did this come to you?
It's a welcome development coming from Adebayo himself, a man that is being respected for his vocal and words of wisdom. You know, a man who believes that Nigeria should have worked better than it is now. A man who believes that who was part of the regeneration of a nation called Nigeria, and this is one of the avoists, the remaining avoists in the history, who believe in what Awolowo legacies are. But the fact still remains that over the years, over and over and over again, even during the era of military, Adebayo has always advocated for that which can transform, who can take Nigeria from where Nigeria is to where Nigeria is supposed to be, in the Committee of Nations. But the fact today, apart from talking about the new constitution, I think instead of going through that constitutional review or whatever, I think we should move towards, restructuring.
Now, let me give us direction. He said the 2014 Comfab and the committee that Rufai chaired one time about the constitutional review and restructuring, that the issue should be harmonized, and perhaps the president of Adebayo Tinubu should organize a referendum to adopt the constitution, and that is the way to go according to him.
Of course, that is a good one. That's the way to go according to what you just said, and that's just nothing but the fact. But as it stands now, we keep on talking about how Nigeria can be fixed properly, and how Nigerian Foundation can be led properly. Not talking about what the British or whatever they came up with or the military came up with. Since then, we have not had anything that is conducted to the people, like people-oriented constitution. So, Adebayo has always been consistent in that regard. So, a lot of kudos to him. No, it's less for Tinubu to know what to do at this particular time. This is not a matter of sentiment. This is not a matter of, I'm going for second time. This is not a matter of, I'm trying to see how I'm going to fix things. All these things they are doing now are purely cosmetic. We should get down to the root cause of issues that has been disturbing this country, that has been causing a lot of disconnect and distrust among Nigerian citizens, that have made Nigeria to that has divided Nigerian citizens the more.
Let us look at the angle, or rather the reasons he's asking not to run. The issue of this government not favoring the North. Is this something you want to address?
Of course, the Northerners has come out to make it very clearly, especially when he wanted to relocate some department of the FAN and CBN, and of course, the latest one was the where he directed that every money accrued from sales from the NNPC should be also be transferred to the CBN. Then, and they not see those things as a means of trying to checkmate them, which is what Tinubu did in that regard. It's very normal. It's 100% okay. There's no issues like that. But the North will always raise issues when it is not favoring them, when they think it's. So, of course, the government of this country, the resources of this country have benefited the North the more, not even the South. The South seems to have lived the life of struggle to acquire a living, or possibly to develop to a certain extent. But Nigeria is not halfway where they are supposed to be. So that is why they are talking about, how do we fix Nigeria? So the North should go and relax. And apart from that, Tinubu should understand that this is the only opportunity he has, given the experience of Jonathan, trying to appeal to certain section of the country. At the end of the day, he was utterly disappointed. They booted him out of the office. This time around, Tinubu should just sit up, and do one thing that he knows how best to do, especially the issue of restructuring, the issue of giving Nigerians a fresh people-oriented constitution, irrespective of whatever people might think of. You know, see, the North should not think that they are going to have it easy this time around. It's not going to be as it used to be before.
So you are saying Tinubu should not repeat Jonathan's mistake?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying, that Tinubu should be careful this time around, because you know what, Jonathan, after setting up Amajiri, disclosing a lot of things, doing a lot of things in the northern part of the country, you know, without even paying attention to even his own community, where he came from. Otuoke, go and look at Otuoke. The other day, you saw how rain was there. They used canoe to paddle him out of his house. You understand? So he did not do anything, you know, concrete, infrastructurally, or otherwise in Bayelsa State, talking about the entire South. So the fact is that Tinubu should be careful, because they have started their game. You know, the push me, I push you political game has started between the North and, of course, the Tinubu's administration that represent entirely the southern Nigeria.
Who seems to be pushing harder?
That's what I'm telling you. They push me, I push you. As it stands now, it looks like it's a 50-50 thing. But you know, with time, we begin to see, you know, who is going to have an edge over each other. You understand? That's how it looks like. But the how he's going to mobilize the Senate, how he's going to mobilize Nigerians, how he's going to mobilize patriots in this country, how he's going to bring in people who are going to, you know, advance the issue of restructuring, and of course having a new constitution in Nigeria is another thing, because the North might likely, you know, rise against it, because they have benefited so much from the resources from the South, and nobody's talking about that. You know, everything about Nigeria is skewed in favor of the North, and now we have a Southern president of Yoruba extraction. What is he doing? You understand? Even the issue of the crisis in the economy are being linked to a kind of economic sabotage, you know, coming from the North. You know, look at how they mounted pressure on him, and he went and opened the border, Niger border. You know, what of other borders? Why is he not opening them? So it tells you a lot of things. Look at when he wanted to handle the issue in Niger Republic. The North insisted that any invasion in Niger, they would definitely have consequences. And that is why people are beginning to ask,
does that not mean that he's a listening president?
He's not being decisive, he's not being bold, he's not being brave. He doesn't know what he wants to do. That's what we are talking about, because that's why the same Adebayo that's advocating for sanity and sanctity in Nigeria's political space is also making it known that the consequences of keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the cell, you know, have a direct challenge.
I will take that on another note.
Okay.
Thank you.